Good morning and welcome to Melbourne Monday Mindset. Today I'd love to share with you habit number 2 from the authors Stephen and Sean Covey, the 7 habits of highly effective adults and teens. And habit number 2 is start with the end in mind. Now, what does that mean? Well, it means when we have great ideas, it's worthwhile taking the time to project forward to the future version of ourselves. So try this on for size. Take yourself forward to a time that hasn't happened yet. Imagine that moment in the future, maybe the end of 2017, where you notice what you notice, you see what you see, you hear what you hear, and you feel what you're feeling as you've become the person that you truly want to be by the end of this year. And in that moment, notice all the things that you've had to do along the way. And so now reverse engineer it and slowly take yourself back November, October, come back even further, May, April, bring yourself right the way back to now. And now start thinking about what you have to do with the end in mind. In essence, if we don't create that who we want to be, then we just meander through life. Life happens to us rather than letting us happen to life. So remember to drive your own bus. I always use the metaphor of a snail. When you see a snail crawling along the ground, it leaves a path behind it. But there is no path in front. It's creating its own path. And the only way you know a snail's been there is to see that shiny line. So in essence, that's what we need to do. We need to leave evidence for ourselves of what we've accomplished behind us. And in the future, have the end in mind. It gives us a guide, a signpost, a finish point of which we can measure. And I'd just love to read this to you from Alice in Wonderland. Here we go. Would you please tell me which way I ought to walk? Would you please tell me which way I ought to walk from here? Said Alice. That depends a good deal on where you want to go, said the cat. I don't much care, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you walk, said the cat. And I believe what that means is that we can walk down everybody else's paths, live everybody else's lives, not really create for ourselves our own identity. So begin with the end in mind. So today, find a moment in time where you can sit down and say, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? And for what purpose? And then put yourself forward to the end of this year and write the person you're going to be in December 2017. And then start with reverse engineering that. So you can actually make your goals worthwhile and your why becomes bigger than your how. If you know your why, you'll work out how. I trust this was helpful this morning and I'll catch up with you next week for habit number 3. Have a great day. Till then.